FanDuel say a big win for Ryan Day and your Buckeyes today over your rival, the Michigan Wolverines. How you feel about how they played today? And was it the result? I mean, they won, but was it the kind of result that you wanted to see out of your Buckeyes?
Yeah, hey, listen, man. I called the game 35-10. Let me get off this Wi-Fi, man. What's up? Knock on the door.
Yeah, I think he's switching over to off of his Wi-Fi so that way he can have a better
Yeah,
connection.
I just switched off the Wi-Fi. Can you hear
Uh,
me?
yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Oh my god.
All right, Zay having some technical difficulties right now. He's working on fixing that. He's going to come back on and talk about how he felt about the game today. Their win over Michigan, 27-9. I really believe that they could have had far more points than that. I think they took their feet off the pedal, just started running the football to just go ahead and work clock, um, which I guess they were trying to make it easy on those on those Wolverines today. I think he's coming back in with another connection. Let's make sure we got him in here. Okay, that one's gone. Cool, cool. So hopefully he'll be on here. All right, here we go.
Hello?
So tell me about that game today. I
Am
got
I
you.
back?
I can hear you.
Am I back?
Yeah, you. Yeah,
Okay.
you back. Yeah, yeah.
All right, man. These man. They don't want us to- You feel me? The phone want us to win. The refs ain't want us to win. Hey, the whole United States didn't want to. It's Ohio versus the world. My bad. Go ahead, family.
No, no, no. Go ahead. I want to hear from you. If your boys
I
rock,
know you.
rock.
I know you were asking the question and stuff. What was you asking?
Oh, I was asking, did they give you the result that you wanted? I know they won, but did they play the way you expected them to play? Did they beat Michigan the way you wanted them to beat Michigan?
Hey, so it's never a such thing as a bad win. You know, it's never a such thing. And I get what you asking me. You asking me, did we win the way I wanted us to win? Whether it's 1 point or 50 points, you just want to take a win at this time of the year. But absolutely, I felt like after the first drive, after all the guys settled in, we completely controlled the game. It was like nothing they could do. The defense was suffocating. I thought the coaches they didn't tense up and get nervous after that interception on the first drive. I thought they was still playing aggressive. Um, I thought Bo Jackson he became he planted his roots into becoming a living legend at the Ohio State University. Um, just dudes just showed up all the way around. I thought Julian Sand was super efficient. Even as a young quarterback, let's talk about that part. As a young quarterback, to throw an interception like that on the road when you feeling like the game came out, the momentum was all them. Yeah, they packing in 115,000 in that stadium. It's real easy to fold up and just fold under the pressure. He didn't do that, man. He was on point the whole game. You know, even the throw he threw in the first half to Carnell Tate, it was on point. It was just better defense. You got to give him credit for that. But Bo Jackson just tore him up. He tore him up. Bo Jackson tore. What a name! That's a Hall of Fame name, Lamar Bo Jackson. I think we also seen other things too, like the knock on Ohio State being is we being more finesse than strong. More tough. I think we just showed the world this is a tough team. This is a tough program. We lose to Michigan. Michigan is top 5 toughest programs year in and year out, and we just outbeat them in a game that they in a style of game that is more cool to say that they play than how we play football. So I just feel like when I'm looking around the country right now, man, that team look dangerous. Hey, it ain't because we beat a team that okay, we understand the offense might be lacking, or uh, it's about the style of football we just played and went into that environment to play it in, and the fact that everybody think we ain't never had no adversity, but we just made another good team look very mid. We just made another very good team look mid, and that's the key point. That's a good football team, regardless if you want to talk about that offense, because that same team is the same team that you're gonna get out of like a Oklahoma in the playoffs. That is the same team. It's the same team. It's just a little different. But they lost on the road to Oklahoma. But who knows how the results would have been if Oklahoma would have came to the big house? You know, who knows? We don't know. But I'm just showing you a little key point. That's the same type of football team. That's it. We know they can't throw the ball. We understand they got to run a quarterback. We understand they want to run the ball. We understand they're going to play great defense. And we just won convincingly. That shows me that this team can win in multiple different facets. Even with the adversity at the beginning of the game, it looked like it was about to be the same old song. And it wasn't.
Did you expect them to take Marsh out the game like that? Zero
You know,
catches, yards.
You know, we was talking about this earlier this morning, uh, and I said I was like, "Bro, load the box." I feel very comfortable with my corners with their receivers. I feel very comfortable. Now, did I expect Marsh to have the type of game he had? No, I thought he would get like 80 reception yards or something. Probably catch 4 or 5 passes. I thought he'll probably be in the game plan a little more too. You gotta give him a reverse or something. Like see if he can get loose or something. They didn't even do that. So it, it was probably bad coaching on that part. Like you got to try to get your best guys involved in the game like this. And I didn't feel like they went out their way to get him involved. So I mean, I'm gonna give credit to my defense though, because one thing I seen that makes the whole country should be on notice is yeah, they gashed us for some running plays. They did. They gashed us. But it wasn't like they was just gashing us and just beating us on scrimmage. They gashed us when they gashed us in the running game. You seen their running backs was patient. They let some blocks develop. It wasn't just like, oh, it was just open. No, they really I gotta give them credit running backs. They really had patience, bro. It was like, oh, Jordan Marshall will get the ball. Like the first play. Jordan Marshall got the ball. He sat and waited behind the line with choppy feet, and he let the hole open up. You know what I mean? That type of stuff you can't. It's hard to teach that type of stuff. That's vision. So I got to give them credit too because they was fighting. They was out there fighting. They didn't hold nothing back. They gave their best effort, and that's a good football team.
Yeah, I like your comparison you made with them and Oklahoma. And if they probably play Oklahoma right now, it will probably be a different outcome. It'll be a much better game for sure because they're very similar. Now that you see Michigan has been able to put it all together offensively and defensively and correct some of the mistakes they made early in the season. I would have liked to have
Hey,
seen them
Rob,
play
I
football
don't
this
know who will win the game between them two on a neutral site. Like
year.
home field advantage plays a key part in a lot of different things. You got a 12 man technically, you know what I'm saying? That
Yeah,
that that give your team juice. I don't know who will win that game. Michigan went on the road. I don't know if Oklahoma would have went on the road to the big house and won that game. You know what I'm saying?
right.
I don't. So like you gotta. but as a great football team, this is what separates great from good too. You got to know how to win on the road through the regular season. You got to do that. We wouldn't be having the same conversation like talking about is Texas in or not if Texas would have won in the swamp. That's a hard road environment to win in, though. You know what I'm saying? Let's throw the record out of the window. That's a hard place to win in, and that's the truth. You know what I mean? So, regardless of how bad the football team is, you think they want to let a team that's not a notorious SEC team come in and beat them in their home? No, they want to show you what it is like to play here. You know, they want to steal recruits from there too. So, it's listen, y'all. We've all said it. It's hard to win on the road. It is hard. So to have a 27-9 victory over a team that had your number, and like it wasn't even like they had stuff going for real. Like, okay, you got they had some big runs. Like, we gotta talk about the 8.5 yards they was averaging per carry in the first quarter. It was off of big runs. It wasn't because they were just getting 10, 12, and then 4, and then 3. No, they had like some 40-yard poppers in there. So, nah, it just going on the road is hard in college football, and that's a good football team. And who did they lose to? Now that makes Michigan have lost to Oklahoma, who's a college football playoff team right now, Ohio State, the number one team in the country, and USC, who was fighting for a chance to be in the playoffs. That's a good football team. They beat everybody they were supposed to beat, and then they had a swing game here or there. If they would have won their swing game, they'd be in right now. That's how you know it's a good football team.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you. I would have thought that their offensive coordinator would have tried to throw the ball maybe a little bit more to keep Ohio State from just go ahead and stuffing their run later on after they got those couple of big runs. But I mean, I guess they didn't have no confidence in Underwood to make those throws, and maybe. But I mean, Julius Samuels throw the ball all around the field. You know what I'm saying? So why wouldn't you give your quarterback that same opportunity? Not that it would have worked, but at least give him a shot at it, man. Because when you look at it now, it was the same way against Oklahoma. He wasn't throwing the ball, and he wasn't really throwing the ball until he was forced to. In this game, I think they should have had more in their offensive game plan to try to throw the ball a little bit more in this
Yeah.
game. He probably wouldn't have worked. You can't let Marsh go over, man. No
Let me
catches,
ask you this
no
question
ball.
though. Let me ask you this question because I was real mad at my first drive, offensively. It was encouraging, but I was mad. I thought I was like, all right, boom, first play, they take a shot, you know, take a shot. But me, I'm in the mindset of like, why do you switch up your offense just because you're in an intense game, quote unquote? Like, why are you not sticking to the script that you already created? Because once they start handing the ball off, we seen Bo was ready. So you got a freshman quarterback that's a redshirt freshman, mind you, but a true freshman running back. And we heard all the noise about Jeremiah Smith saying he will never lose another game to Ohio to Michigan while he there. And then we heard the noise about whether or not Carnell Tate will play. And this is his first game back. Why would you not stay the script? We haven't played that type of football all year to where we came out super aggressive. It's always been conservative, establish the run, then get aggressive. It's more or less like we are a play action team. I'm not a fan of teams coming out here and changing the script on their players on the stuff that you've been working to be good at all year. This is what you've been working to be at. Hey, listen, Ohio State has not been able to run the football all like not all year for the first 4 or 5 games of the year. This is why I was saying on stream. I see teams around the country that have not been getting better and better at what they supposed to get better at. You got 2 first round wide receivers on the outside. You don't need to work on the passing game as bad as the running game look. So run the ball and figure it out. We was in 12 personnel a lot early in the year. We stopped doing 12 personnel like week 4, not like week 5 or 6. We stopped doing 12 personnel because the tight ends wasn't picking up who they were supposed to block.
Mhm.
Now you see the run game done popped. Why did it pop today? Because we worked on it for 5 weeks in a row, 6 weeks in a row. We worked on it, even when we didn't have to work on it, and we could have been padding people's stats. We worked on it.
Yeah, I agree with you because y'all could have been padding people's stats. Because when I look at, well, Tate was out for several games though, but I think they could have had a lot more stats, him and Jeremiah Smith, if they wanted to, in some of the games
Hey,
that they played. And today too.
so what's funny is we it's all Ohio State fans watching the game with me. I didn't have not one Michigan person that I could beat down and make them jump off a bridge. That's what I want to make you do. I want to make you jump off a bridge. So the whole time we talking, the young bulls, the young bull, we got some of the young bulls in the house. You feel me? They like Jeremiah Smith, Jeremiah Smith. I'm like, I don't know who better. I really don't. They in the same room at the same time. When it comes to the NFL, then I can have a better judgment because Cardinal Tate was reeled back like a fish. He was on pace to win the Bolitikoff Award. And his numbers is still comparable to Jeremiah Smith's, even though he sat out for 3 or 4 games. So
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I don't know. Ayo, Brev. Ayo.
I had to put it in there for you, man.
It's cool. I
What,
just
what,
seen it. It's cool.
yeah. What do you think about Ohio State taking their foot off the gas maybe in the fourth quarter?
So, um, I get it. I understand it. Me, I'm watching the TV and I'm like, no, run it up, no, run up the score. But we gotta understand though, to run up the score for real, you gotta have them two guys that been having injury problems out there too. And on top of that, if it's 10 minutes left in a playoff game and you up 10 points, what is your goal? It's to kill the clock. So
Yeah.
all this is constructive learning and learning how to deal with situations to go win a national championship. So I cannot even be mad. Like, because I'm like, run it up. But I get the bigger picture too, though. The bigger picture is just to go win a natty for real, honestly. But like I said, I'm one of them psycho fans. I don't want to lose to Michigan. Anybody else. I don't want to lose to Michigan. Like if I can get a natty and beat Michigan and lose 2 games, that's heaven. That's still heaven for me. I I feel some type of way anytime I lose to Michigan. So I'm just not used to it though. It's like it's not been a part of my lifetime. Like I done lost a third of the games. A third is 7 games for me. I've only lost 7 games since I've been alive to Michigan. I'm 31 years old. Like I don't like losing to them. So when people ask, "Oh, would you fire Ryan Day over losing to Michigan, even if he won a championship?" Yes, hell yeah. Get him out of here. I'm used to Jim Tressel going 10-1, and I'm used to Urban Meyer going 7-0. I don't know coaches like him. So this is a foot in the right direction, though. He done brought himself more breathing room. I wouldn't even be mad at him if he lost next year, or let's say, you know what I'm saying? But then again, I would be under the circumstances because you got a returning quarterback, you got a returning first round draft pick at receiver, then you got the number 1 receiver in Chris Henry coming in, and then you're gonna return a freshman running back. So yeah, I probably would be upset next year if you lost. It's the circumstances for me. Like, show me what we got and tell me why we lost, and then I can be like, all right. You know what I mean? Like it shouldn't just be like any regular year, like when we got stacked talent and we just losing to them. No, it should not be that. We should not be losing these dudes. You know, so that's where I'm at with it, man. But like I said, I'm gonna reiterate this. If people don't understand now, they gotta understand this. That team, yeah, you can say their offense is not good and they this and they ain't they you could talk about their transgressions and their bad parts of that football team. That's a good football team. And to beat them in their house in the biggest stadium in the country is not no small feat. I'm telling you, the world should be on notice.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, man. Because when you really look at that Michigan team, the things that they want to do, they do really, really well. And the fact that Ohio State had the talent that they had defensively sort of negated them to be able to do what they really wanted to do. So that's hats off to Ohio State's defense because Michigan is really efficient at doing the things that they like to do to win games. And after they got a couple of runs off, Ohio State really put that thing to bed, man. That Arvell Reese kid, yeah, man, he the truth. He the
He the
truth.
number one pick. Y'all need to draft him. He need to go to Tennessee.
We need some help on that defense for sure.
Hey, it's receivers and all that later. That's he a game changer, bro. That first half
Oh
he
yeah,
had was out of this world. Hey, he was making plays left and right. He made so many plays. I bet you don't even understand how many plays he made. You know what I'm saying? That's how many plays he made. He made a couple plays every quarter. And as a game changer, no, look, like, we just talking about a game changer. So the difference between him and Caleb Downs, and I think Caleb Downs is actually the best college football player on the defensive side of the ball in the country. But the difference is Downs is sometimes it's quiet. He might take away something that you didn't even realize he took away. But Arvell, he make plays, and when he make them, you notice it. You just notice it. It just jump off the screen. You be like, oh my God, that's Arvell. You know? And he made multiple plays. It was like 6 plays, 7 plays that was just like he looked like a first round. He looked like a first pick type of dude. Like that's what he looked like. And he could be Micah Parsons or he could be the 3-4 linebacker. It just depends. It don't even matter who drafting number one. It's just like, can you fit him into the system? He's 6'4", 243 pounds. Like he's one of them dudes.
yeah. I like Styles today too, man. I thought he was plugging those holes after they went ahead and made the adjustments they need to make. That dude can bang, man. He can bang.
Man, listen. In the third quarter, Michigan had a holding call because Styles just completely ran the running back over.
Yeah,
He had to tackle him. Like they
yeah,
called a holding because he had to tackle him. Like it was like either protect your quarterback or just get thumped. And that's what happened. But like even little baby brother though, little baby brother be all over the field too, man. They don't think he an NFL guy. He might not be. I mean, he got a chance to be an NFL guy. He could be. I think his best position probably be safety in the NFL. Sitting back and just letting your instincts override because as in the coverage, he good in coverage, but he good in coverage on the college level. I think now you dealing with the top of the line. I think if he go to the NFL, he need to probably be at safety. But Styles, the older Styles Junior, he the older brother. He's all over the field. This only his second year playing defensive back. He was a wide receiver at Notre Dame. So these guys can go, man, and they looked hungry today. Like that's what I wanted to see. That's the main key, the hunger. Like man, I seen dudes like control. It's called control anger. Like that penalty, the Michigan dude, the defensive end had when he head butted the ref, bro. You supposed to be mean and nasty, but can you control it though? It got to be controlled chaos, and that's the difference between good and great teams. You got to control. You just got to control your your most intrusive thoughts on that field, man. And we seen costly penalties. But one thing that did give me a little trepidation is we've been struggling in the red zone. Hello? Am I here?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I can hear you.
We've been struggling in the red zone all year. They stuffed us 5 times in a row on the goal line. 5 times. Hey,
Yeah,
this ain't no funny business. This is real talk. Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
It look like I'm froze on the camera. That's why I keep on asking you. They stuffed us 5 times in a row though, on the goal line. That's you got to fix that somewhere between now and the playoffs. You got to fix that. If it happened in the Big Ten championship again, okay, we understand it. But we understood though something too today. Ryan Day been rolling with the guys that he thought performed this year, and this is the first time I seen it because we don't play true freshmen at any position in the country or at any position any year. We don't do it. We don't play true freshmen. He rolled with Bo. Bo had 20 plus touches. Hey,
Yeah.
he went away from Isaiah West though. He went with Donaldson today, and Isaiah West is a better short down back than him. So I don't know. We're gonna continue to see how this stuff develop. We still got bowl week practice, and we still got the Big Ten championship now, and we got to face Indiana, which is a definitely a formidable opponent. And shout out to them too for closing out the regular season undefeated. The only two undefeated teams coming out of the regular season from the Big Ten. I don't know if y'all gonna take that as a slight or respect. You know what I mean? Y'all might be like, oh, who do the Big Ten play? But going undefeated it ain't no slight thing if in any conference. Going undefeated, you just wake up and it might not be your day. Like these
Right.
dudes is both undefeated. So shout out to Indiana too. Post game shouted them out in the chat yesterday. Shout out to Indiana for going undefeated though. Mad respect for them going undefeated, man. Carsonetti got something going on over there, man. But I definitely think them are the two best teams in the country, though. So like we're gonna see how this Oregon Washington game finish out. It look like Washington trying to fight them tough, um, but it's some smoke around the country though, and I'm loving it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, I'm glad you was able to jump on, man, and talk a little bit about that game. A big one again next week for Ohio State and Indiana. A really good contest for both teams, so they can really gauge where they at in terms of going into this college football playoffs. I'm looking forward to seeing that game next week. Hopefully, we'll be back tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Hopefully, you can make it tomorrow.
I'll be there.
All right, cool. If you decide to go on again later on, let me know.
All right.
All right, cool. Peace, bro. Have a good
Hey,
one.
we was in the building. Now we out like T1 say.
Now we out. All right, bro.
Love you, fam.
There we go.